The municipality of the eastern region have petitioned government to return land it acquired through an executive instrument for pineapple cultivation. In a protest, they accuse the former First Lady Nana Konadu-Agyeman-Rawlings of unlawfully giving out part of the land to a private developer.
Early hours of Wednesday, and residents of the four adjoining communities, namely Adreduri, Oreku, Ntwaso and Akwamu, are protesting. It is to register their displeasure over the acquisition of a 635.20 acres of land by the erstwhile Supreme Military Council in 1977 to cultivate pineapples for the Nsawam Cannery at the time of its establishment. But the landowners claim an additional 135.54 acres was later added without the backing of any instrument, increasing the total land size to 770.74 acres. They claimed no compensation had been paid and the land remained fallow since its acquisition. The Nsawam Cannery was later sold to Caridem Development Company, owned by former First Lady Nana Konadu-Agyeman-Rawlings. The custodians alleged that on October 4, 2013, the Eastern Regional Office of the Lands Commission leased the said land to former First Lady over a 50-year period at an annual rate of 3,850 cedis, which translates to about 5 cedis per acre annually. They further accused the former First Lady of giving out the land to Kwans, an estate developer, on their blind side amidst threats from land gas. Petitioning government through the Nsawam Adreduri Municipal Chief Executive, spokesperson and head of family of Ntwaso, Benjamin Dowuna, demanded a new arrangement with government.
Our hands have been twisted before us. Every month we do search at Koforidua, and there's no one search that proves that this land has been released and given to Konadu and others. Still, it's executive instrument. So we are pleading with the government, the present government, and the next government that will come, to leave our land successful to us.
The MCE, Isaac Wabin, outlined measures adopted by the Assembly to resolve the issue.
I and the police commander and his team went to the developer. Then we also went to the Nananum that they should hold on. The case is at the judiciary. If they have something to do, it shouldn't be a violent manner. They should go to court and even put an injunction on the land till they finish the adjudication.
The landowners have given government a 1-week ultimatum to return the land since it is not serving its intended purpose.
I understand this case is still in court, and according to the former First Lady's office, for the 5 times the court has ruled against these people who are raising these questions. In our subsequent bulletins, throw more light on this. But in the wake of the impasse between the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company, GCMC, and the board of the company, President Akufo-Addo has ordered the dissolution of the board. A statement signed by the Energy Minister, Boakye Jako, and copied to his deputy ministers noted, among other things, that the dissolution should be done in accordance with the provisions of the company's regulations. This comes weeks after the Chief Executive Officer of GCMC, Francis Asseam, was suspended by 6 of the 9 members of the board over claims that she had mismanaged the company and also awarded some contracts without the approval of the board or the Energy Ministry. Now, prior to the suspension, the board queried Madame Asseam over the allegations of mismanagement. Francis Asseam, who prevented the board members from holding a meeting at the company's premises before her suspension, eventually defied the suspension and returned to work with the support of the workers, insisting that she remained the Chief Executive Officer.
In some other news, a court of appeal has dismissed an application by the National Communications Authority seeking to delay the implementation of an order preventing the authority from, among others, entering into any third-party contracts. This development means the government would be in contempt of courts. It continues the implementation of the Common Platform for Revenue Monitoring, for which it has awarded a contract to a controversial Kelny GVG worth $89 million. The court has also awarded cost of 2,000 Ghana cedis against the government entities. In December 2017, Suba Info Solutions dragged the NCA and the Ghana Revenue Authority to court over a termination of a similar service agreement from 2015. Suba contended that the termination was unlawful. Pending the determination of the substantive case, Suba was also granted an application for an injunction on the award of contracts to third parties by the NCA in February 2018.
Now, the Food and Drugs Authority has cautioned the general public, particularly pregnant women and lactating mothers, against the use of glutathione, a skin lightening product on the market which can cause serious health problems to both mother and baby. In a news conference in Accra, Chief Executive Officer of the FDA, Delise Mimi Darko, confirmed the abuse of glutathione with the erroneous belief that it would lighten the skin of the unborn babies.
According to the Food and Drugs Authority, its intelligence and market surveillance have revealed that glutathione, the skin lightening product, has found its way onto the Ghanaian market. The product, which is being abused, has dosages ranging between 1,500 to 2,000 milligram per tablet. Glutathione is known to possess health benefits, including raising energy levels, strengthening the immune system, and aiding in cellular when used as a dietary supplement at doses of 250 to 500 milligram daily. Brands include Gluta Prime, Phytocollagen, King of Whitening, Gluta White, and Ivory Capsule Skin Enhancement Formula. Chief Executive Officer of the authority, Delise Mimi Darko, described the trend as worrying.
No pregnant woman should be using any medicine at all unless it is prescribed by their doctor. How much more a medicine whose safety has not been actually established for use in pregnant women. Pregnant women and all women actually should not use the product because the FDA has not registered the product. We don't know anything about those high levels of glutathione.
She said the authority is working together with the Pharmacy Council, the police and NACOP to deal with the abuse of tramadol and codeine-containing cough mixture.
We are collaborating more at the certain porous border posts, especially the Volta corridors, because we've realized that it looks like that is where more of the products are coming from.
The authority commended the media for the campaign against the dangers of abusing tramadol.
And still on health, the completed health center at Ofankor, which is yet to be handed over, has lost some equipment through suspected theft. Kwabanadu Jempi reports the facility needs proper security.
In May this year, TV3, in a news story, highlighted the plight of residents at Ofankor and Asofa in the Gan West district in accessing healthcare. For 2 years, it's been the expectation of residents that the newly constructed Ofankor Health Center would be opened to the public. The Gan West District Assembly has, however, given an assurance that the facility will be commissioned this month. From our checks, we suspected that 3 of the air conditioners had been stolen. A gentleman who claims to be the caretaker but could not tell us who assigned him confirmed our suspicion. The health center has a maternity ward, a theater, a child welfare center and an outpatient department.
We're keeping an eye on this and a lot more of other health facilities that have been completed or partially completed and not in use, and be asking those critical questions. But still related to health and emergency response system, only 55 out of the 155 ambulances countrywide are functionable, affecting emergency healthcare delivery in the country. Head of Operations at the National Ambulance Service, Foster Ansom Brejan, says with Ghana's current population, about 500 ambulances are required to augment emergency services.
There are 130 ambulance stations across the country. The Eastern region tops with 18 and the Upper East region with the least of 7. According to the head of operations at the National Ambulance Service, a new ambulance should be replaced after 5 years. However, the service still relies on old ambulances with a high maintenance cost.
The old ambulances which are not very strong and they break down very often. So the situation we find ourselves requires that as soon as possible, new ambulances need to be procured to augment the fleet that we have now.
An ambulance station requires 25 well-trained personnel, but that is not the case here in Ghana.
Some are 10, maximum is about 13 or 14, and some are even less than 10, because depending on the location.
30 out of 200 ambulances procured by the Health Ministry were rejected by the service for not meeting the right specifications.
When the change of government came and the new minister also came, he has actually gone to inspect them, and he has also requested that because of the procurement processes, how the whole thing went about, then he's referred the issue to IOCO to investigate.
Vice President Dr. Mahmoudou Bamia in April this year announced government has initiated processes to provide 275 ambulances to boost the operations of the National Ambulance Service.
Ministry for Special Development and Special Initiatives, they are actually championing the procurement of those ambulances. So I know they've come for specifications. We believe that by the end of the year, those ambulances will be ready and be handed over to the National Ambulance Service.
But what measures have been taken on recruitment of staff?
We got clearance to train 577 new personnel. We are working on the final list so that we hope that by the end of this month, the training will start.
Some other news now. Despite the passage of the Disability Act in 2006, persons with disabilities say they are yet to see its impact. Spencer Kwabena Boateng Mensah, in this report dubbed Journey to the West, travels along with Samuel, a physically challenged person, from Cape Coast through Kumasi to Seshri in the Western region, and catalogues some humiliating situations that he had to go through.
School will be over in a few hours. Students are ready to depart for home. After 5 months of work, the second semester of the 2017-2018 academic year at the University of Cape Coast is over. But not all students will leave immediately. The reasons are many. Samuel Abogazigli is one of such students. Known as Pablo, he needs to confirm a complete assessment score at the College of Humanities and Legal Studies. Else, he risks repeating a course the following year. Samuel has a battle to fight. Act 6 of the Disability Act ensures public buildings are friendly. But this is not the case. Samuel has to get to the second and third floors of his faculty. The 25-year-old faces a huge challenge. Wheelchair users at the University of Cape Coast are challenged.
This is the ordeal Samuel has to go through in order to get access to the ICT Center here at Subjournal Library in the University of Cape Coast. Services provided here are already paid for as part of school fees, and so accessibility is free once you're already a registered student. This is a public library, and Section 22 of the Disability Act provides that a public library shall be fitted with facilities to ensure that persons with disability could access the facility and use it.
So as we push for the passage and implementation of this Disability Act there, now the full that's this what you just saw, this documentary will be shown on Saturday and Sunday here on TV3. So stay with us as we push the argument for the effective implementation of the Disability Act. Now, the Western and Central Region executives of the New Patriotic Party have declared their support for 3 aspirants in the upcoming national executive elections of the NPP. The group have endorsed Freddie Blay for the national chairman position, John Boedu for general secretary, and Dominic Edia for national youth organizer.
All regional executives for the 2 regions, together with a host of members of parliament and metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives at a meeting, declared their support for the 3 candidates. In a joint statement, the group noted their preferred candidates would best suit the positions they were contesting.
We in the NPP have always said we have the men, and this is an undeniable fact. However, based on the exigency of time, we believe these great men are the best to steer the affairs of our great party, whilst we aim at maintaining political power for the good of the entire Ghanaian population.
Mr. Bisiu explained the 3 candidates contributed significantly towards the party's victory in the last general elections.
There is a vast difference between winning and maintaining political power. At this present time, we do not believe that trying new hands in our quest to hold on to political power is politically strategic.
The Western Regional executives of the party also endorsed Sami Oku for the position of a national organizer.
Now, still in the camp of the NPP, the New Patriotic Party national chairman aspirant, Stephen Ntim, has charged delegates to disregard propaganda which seeks to discredit him, stressing more of it would be churned out as the party's national executive elections draws closer. Now, at a news conference here in Accra, Stephen Ntim entreated delegates to give him the nod to enable him deliver on his promises. Here's a report by Godfred Tanam.
Stephen Ntim expressed confidence in winning the chairmanship position at the party's delegates conference in Koforidua, the Eastern Regional Capital. He urged delegates to reward him for his loyal service to the party.
Our former president, he sacrificed and was rewarded. Eventually, he became president of this nation. His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo toiled, sacrificed, dedicated his all to the party and was rewarded accordingly on his 3rd attempt, and he also eventually became president of the country. This is Stephen Ntim's unprecedented 4th attempt at becoming the national chairman of the party. Putting all other considerations aside, I am humbly pleading with all our delegates that this unwritten reward system must apply by voting massively for me as chairman of the party on 7th July in Koforidua.
He said under his chairmanship, much more attention will be paid to members at the grassroots level since they are the pivot of the party.
The polling station stroke constituency party is the base and the biggest chunk of the party in terms of numbers. They perform the legwork for the party by way of sweat equity, and they can always be counted on to deliver on their side of the bargain.
External branches, he said, will be encouraged to play more traditional roles and also be given the opportunity to play more central roles in the party. On his contribution to the party, he said he has never stopped making his resources available to the party. He described Freddie Blay's position to procure buses for each of the constituencies as vote buying.
Why is it that during the 2016 campaign, you didn't bring 275 pickups? I'm talking about pickups, not even buses. But you wait till when you say, vote for me and get these buses. That amounts to vote buying.
The National Delegates Conference is being held pursuant to Article 10(2) and 3 of the NPP Constitution, which mandates the National Annual Delegates to meet at least 4 weeks after last Regional Annual Delegate Conference.
On MTN Video Report tonight, our citizen journalist Henry J. Ofair reports on filth at the shores of Jamestown Beach in Accra.
This is a beach behind a lighthouse at Jamestown. Plastic waste and rubbish has engulfed the beach. Look at the situation here. Nobody cares about it. Citizen journalist Henry Ejay Ofe reporting from Jamestown, Accra.
So keeping our tabs on sanitation and bearing in mind Ghana being, Accra being the cleanest city in Africa by 2020. But you can also send your video report via WhatsApp 055-1433-044, 055-1433-044.
Well, stay with us here on News 360 as we've got for you the latest of news from the world of business coming up shortly. Hello, good evening. Thanks for staying with us right here on News 360. It's time for business. My name is Nanikia Mensah Brampa. And the match talked about Ghana City has hit a record low over the last 48 hours. And this is a situation analysts have attributed to global pressures as investors continue to exit emerging market assets. Now, the local currency has weakened since the start of May this year, pegged at 4 Ghana cedis, 82 pesos to the dollar as at Tuesday. And the Association of Ghana Industries wants governments to act swiftly to address the situation.
Cumulatively, the local currency depreciated by 5.3% in the first 6 months, compared to 3.3% in the first half of 2017. The central bank said last month it has significantly increased its weekly dollar sales to banks in support of the local currency. Ghana is in the final year of a $918 million credit deal signed in 2015 with the International Monetary Fund to reduce the budget deficit, inflation and debt, and to stabilize the local currency. Chief Executive Officer of the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, Seth Chumakwabwa, says the association is concerned about measures being taken by government to deal with the current depreciation of the city.
Occasional depreciation in the city is normal. It happens once in a while, and therefore the current depreciation indeed is maybe of concern, but we don't see it as an alarming. We think that it can be contained within the current financial arrangement. We just need to monitor things and make sure that it doesn't get out of hand. But occasional depreciation in the city, for me, is not too much of a worry. What is critical is that within the shortest possible time, it must be managed so that it doesn't overly depreciate.
Some commercial banks quote 4 cedis 83 pesos and 4 cedis 85 pesos when selling a dollar. This means the local currency depreciated by about 70 to 75 pesos over the last 1 week. The central bank has already assured that the changes in the exchange rate are temporary and the city will soon see some stability.
Right, so a clear picture of exactly what we're talking about. When you visit the forex market as well as the commercial banks, the rate is at 4 Ghana cedis, 82 to 83 pesos. But for the interbank market, that is the rate you get it there. That is 4 Ghana cedis, 52 pesos is being sold to you, and it's also being bought at 4 Ghana cedis, 52 pesos. That is the rate there. 4 Ghana cedis, 52 pesos for the dollar, the cedi to that of the dollar on the interbank market. Remember, the Bank of Ghana says this is temporary, but ideas and predictions are different. Fears are that it might hit 5 Ghana cedis by the end of December. Well, the Deputy Minority Leader in Parliament, James Kluche Aveji, has predicted a further decline if immediate measures are not taken.
Between January 2017 to today, or end of June, the value of the cedi has depreciated over 26%. So if the simple arithmetic is to subtract 4.8 from 3.8, you get a negative figure. Divided by 3.8 and multiply by 100, you get 26 and above. So that tells you the rate of the depreciation. The demand for the dollar is higher than the amount of dollar in the system. How do we get dollar into Ghana? Through what we also sell outside Ghana, like oil that we sell, like the cocoa that we sell, timber, whatever we sell. But currently, those products are not sufficient enough to give us more dollar. 2017, the price of the fall in value or the price of the dollar didn't go up quickly as we are seeing now because of the borrowing that they did in 2017 in dollars. Now the borrowing in dollar brought in dollar into the system. So it saw the supply of dollar. So they were able to meet the demand, and for that matter, the price was a bit stable. If they don't go to make a big borrowing and bring dollar into the system, it will go to about 5.1 or 5.2 by the close of the year.
Well, again, the central bank says it is pushing more dollars, as in increasing the sale of dollars to commercial banks to make the cedi to the dollar a bit stable on the market. We'll see how that turns out. But we'll move on to some more this evening. And Melcom Group of Companies has opened a new retail shop in Koforidua. Now, the new facility is to give customers an exciting shopping experience.
Melcom opened its first retail outlet in Koforidua 12 years ago. Since then, it has evolved a new and more satisfying way of service in a one-stop shop experience. The new retail shop provides a larger shopping area. The managing director of the Melcom Group of Companies, Ramesh Sadwani, expressed the company's resolve to create more job opportunities and promote public-private partnerships as its contribution towards national development.
Melcom Limited is here to associate with you and to support these efforts by creating additional job opportunities for the youth of Koforidua and the surrounding areas. We are determined to make our presence felt in the communities where we operate. We have set up the Melcom Care Foundation as a subsidiary to identify areas in education and health where Melcom can support institutions and people in need.
Communications Director Godwin Avanyogbo spoke about the company's expansion drive.
Melcom Hospitality is the newest addition to the Melcom Group. This division is setting up our new brand M Cafe in our Melcom Plus shops, supported by a production facility called Baker's Basket.
The new Joabin South Municipal Chief Executive Comfort Asante underscored the importance of the private sector in national development. The Krontin Hine of New Joabin Bafo Nyantechututu lauded the Melcom Group for its enormous contribution towards job creation.
With this magnificent retail outlet, you have given Koforidua, and for that matter the New Joabin traditional area, a completely different look, and provided us with the opportunity to have a new shopping experience with its resultant satisfaction.
The group also handed over a new community center for New Joabin and donated 30 desks to a basic school and provided sewing machines to 10 dressmakers as part of its corporate social responsibility.
Let's look at insurance now. Holad has launched its life insurance operations here in Accra to enable more people create and secure a better future. Ghana is the 7th African country to establish its operations.
Holad has a strong presence in South Africa. For 18 years, it has demonstrated its ability to innovate and grow the penetration of life insurance in developing markets outside South Africa. The company purchased the majority stake in Met Insurance early in 2015 and rebranded as Holad Insurance in 2016. Holad Life would provide corporate or group life solutions that go beyond protection of employees. The Group Chief Executive Officer of the company, Sax Tombella, said Holad Life would prove to be relevant in the industry.
It has to go back to the needs of the customers, so that when we design our life products, we are then able to make sure that we satisfy their needs and that we can provide the level of service that is going to satisfy their aspirations as human beings. So we are entering the market with 3 propositions initially. There's a funeral offering, which is going to be a family-based offering that will cover 22 lives, and we'll have another of ancillary benefits that are linked to it. We're also going to put in place a credit life offering and a group life offering, which will also ensure that we provide financial service, education to the families, and health screening to the families that are covered by a group life offering.
The managing director of Hollad Life, Nashiru Idistru, assured customers of innovative solutions at ensuring adequate financial security.
For the first time, we're introducing what we call the triple win business strategy, where the first win goes to the customer, the second win to our partners, and then we as Hollad and Holladize are the third winners. This tells you that when others say the customer is the king, we say yes, the customer is supreme, and we truly and indeed mean what we say.
Hollad International is noted for service innovation and pace setting in every market, leveraging on technology, innovative distribution channels, and skilled professionals.
And Storm Energy Drink from Kasapreko Company won the Best Energy Drink at the just-ended Ghana Beverage Awards. Now presenting the award to the company's key distributors, founder of Kasapreko, Kwabena Ejay, said the company is poised to compete with multinational companies.
The second edition of the Ghana Beverage Awards, GBA, was held last month. Storm Energy Drink from Kasapreko emerged the Best Energy Drink of the year. The company has presented the award to its major distributors, thanking them for their loyalty. Founder of Kasapreko, Kwabena Ejay, assured them of the company's determination to compete globally and urged other Ghanaian companies to do the same.
For Ghanaians, you have a tendency of saying, oh, no. Kasapreko, 30 years ago, with 5 workers, but now have about 300 workers. Now competing with the multinationals. We are not competing with our local brands.
Director of Soft Drinks and Water said the company will continue to insist on natural ingredients for their drinks.
The drink has a lot of vitamins in it. We add a lot of natural ingredients to all our products, so that's what sets us apart from other energy drinks in Ghana.
The company introduced actress Nana Ama McBrown as brand ambassador for Kasapreko Royal Drinks.
When they called me to have the meeting, I didn't know this was going to be the outcome. And I feel so good that I'm part of Kasapreko promoting Royal Drinks.
Kasapreko is an indigenous alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverage manufacturer producing Royal Cola, Royal Apple, Superstar Orange, Opemo Bitters, Cocoa Liqueur and tonic wine.
Right, so let me wrap it up again with the cedi to that of the Great British Pound, which is buying at 5 Ghana cedis 97 pesos and also selling at 5 Ghana cedis 98 pesos. And for the cedi to the euro is at 5 Ghana cedis 27.28 for the buying and selling price. So we will still keep tabs on what happens to the cedi against other major trading currencies. That will do for business tonight. My name is Danikia Mensah. Papa, stay with us. This is News 360.
Let's settle for some entertainment news tonight on News 360. Today we'll look at fashion. We'll take a look at the return of the waist bag, a fashion accessory which is worn by musicians and other celebrities. What is the motivation for keeping a fanny pack right in front of you?
Its existence can be traced as far back as the year 1954. The fanny pack, however, enjoyed low patronage until an Australian woman named Melba Stone, with an inspiration from a kangaroo's pouch, invented the modern-day fanny pack. In 1962, the pack was used by many to carry food, money and other minor items. By the early 90s, however, its patronage fizzled out. 2 decades on, the small waist pouches are back in the fashion trends, enjoying extraordinary vogue. The fanny pack has become a trendy fashion accessory for top musicians and celebrities. In Ghana, the likes of Kwesi Arthur, Medical, King Promise, just to mention a few, all use these fanny packs to complete their outfits. The motivation for its usage differs from one person to another. Susu collectors, market women and trotro maids find it okay keeping their money in it. But aside serving as a fashion accessory, Grind Day head maker Kwesi Arthur has found a good use for his fanny pack.
I feel like I don't have to hold it, it just hangs around me, but it'll be too much work. Money be inside.
Is it not supposed to be for collectors or social media?
My life right there inside.
It makes you wonder if there's ever anything new, you know, because we remember funny packs from way back, and they're back in vogue. Grab one, but add a touch of African print to it. Why not? Away from that, some weeks ago we talked about musicians who are venturing into other business areas to make some extra cash. And guess who's joining them this time? It's Kwesi Arthur. Now, the BET nominee has been talking to us about how he's considering starting a cassava farm to make extra cash.
Not everyone from where I'm from has been able to like get this far. Yeah, so yeah, my environment motivates me to be more than who I am right now.
So, and what's your take or what's your views on entertainers and finding other professional sides of talent? What do you think about that?
Well, I think like that's what they want to do. Like if they have passion for other things, yeah, that's
so,
them.
Do you have passion for any other thing? And if you do, what's it?
Oh, I have passion for a whole lot of things. I might go into farming. I might.
Farming?
Yeah.
Kind of farming, a lot of fish farming?
Like bunching farming, because I like fufu a lot. Because I like fufu a lot. And like, I think cassava like has so much potential. Yeah.
Is it because Dumelo is into farming, or because I mentioned farming, that's why you want?
Oh no, like me and Mango, like I've always like had discussions about going into farming and stuff.
And that's Kwesi Arthur there talking about, you know, what he's hoping to do in the coming days. Alfred, cassava farming. We have a Gary production plant.
Absolutely.
It's a good one, you know.
Going to salt
Anthem or grind.
A good one. It looks like many of the musicians are interested in agriculture.
Yeah. Some are into piggery management and all of that.
That's also, that's good money as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, are you considering that?
Nope.
Yeah, why not?
I have other businesses
Gary's
in
better
mind.
for you?
What?
You're considering Gary maybe. Think about it. I mean,
do you know Shemima?
Shemima, yes.
You need to go to senior high school with that.
That's a shansha.
But I want to say thank you so much for spending 60 minutes with us. My name is Alfred Akanse.
And I'm Natalie Fort. Visit our website. It's 3news.com for some more news. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening.